Oh, okay. Sounds good. Yeah, he says they still got a leak here. You may check it out. You're getting live here. he just called me again. He just called me again. May check it. Hey, Tom here, Flip Anything USA, and as usual, I'm working. I'm at my food park here. I've got I think 16 trailers here now, and uh, I have a jujitsu tent in here, big tent, big gym, and they had an air conditioner going. It's always a good time to invest. You just have to make good investments. There's no bad real estate. There's just bad deals. And I was looking at Zillow today, it was just a point of reference. And because I was looking at a neighborhood where I just recently sold, I don't know, 3 or 4 houses, maybe 7 houses in the last 2 years. But I bought two within the last 6, 8 months and sold them, and I made 40,000 on one and about 60, 70 on the other. And already since I sold them, which has only been about a month or two, they're down 30,000 below. Uh, and okay, oh Barry, yeah, it's impressive, Barry. Yeah. Anyways, uh, and what I was going to say is the it, everybody wants to invest. It's very difficult sitting still. I always have something in escrow, and right now I do not have anything in escrow. But what I'm doing and what I'm telling my students is, of course, get your skills, and listen. And those of you that maybe need more money or maybe need to get paid more, banks still are loaning money, Paul. I'm getting money, and and develop those bank relationships. That was one of the things I had a to-do list that I was going to talk about earlier. One of them is obviously cut your overhead, get rid of the things that you don't need. I don't even care if it's something as small as apps on your phone. Those things. If you ever had kids, your kids get on there and you find you've been paying for stuff for 5 years. Clean up all that stuff as you get time to do it and get rid of it. But you want cash. Don't pay off any loans. Don't pay off anything. Hang on to your cash. I know Grant Cardone would tell you cash is shit, and invest with his stuff and get 4.5%, which is terrible. But I'm telling you, hang on to your cash. Get as much money as you possibly can, because it's going to come in handy. Believe me. I comb a lot of different resources for real estate, and the they're dropping their prices. The banks are definitely getting tighter. For sure. The banks. Listen, there's like in 2009. I had a restaurant that I was just about to resell. I bought it for peanuts, and I was going to cash in on it. And restaurateurs, their names are kind of mud in general, and I don't mean any offense out there. And I have high regard for restaurant people. I don't personally. I would never be in the business. It's too much hand holding. I'm not a people person. I'm more of a dictator. But uh, what you find is that when things get tight, the businesses that are kind of marginal and have it tough, uh, they're the first to get squeezed out, and restaurants are among those. And so it was very difficult for me to get rid of my restaurant. And I say my restaurant. I bought a restaurant and bar. I got a killer deal on it. I bought a lot and the 3 houses in a row, and then I bought the restaurant, all from different owners, uh, and I made a lot of money on them. But that restaurant I bought right in that 2009 time, and so I ended up having to open the restaurant, to be quite honest, because when you have a bar, you want to preserve the bar, and if you let a certain amount of time elapse that there's no bar activity there, they can make you have to ask permission and you start all over again. We don't want to do that. But I just want to tell you, look, I've seen downturns like this. My first properties that I started in, the interest was much higher than this. A lot of people thought interest could never get as high as it is. No surprise to me at all. It was coming down from 14% when I got my first loan, at a bank. I was 25, and I got it for 9.25. And the previous 5 years, primarily I was doing owner financing, but I was still getting, I was paying 10% interest, and I was charging 10% interest on the money that I lent. Well, and so here's another good thing. You know, what's happening right now, there's a lot of people that are underwater. I can tell you, if anybody bought any of the homes that I sold them in the last 2 years and they put 20% down, they're marginal. They probably don't have any equity, and a lot of people have a tough time just dealing with that reality. Some people don't even live in reality, and they just don't even notice, and that's fine. But it is frustrating having an asset that is illiquid. You're not going to get any money out of it. Uh, but the fact that money's getting so expensive, it always comes out of the value of the properties. But the good that comes from it is the values that the properties that are out there that can be sold for less than what people owe on them. Those ones go down. They go down, and really, there's not much room for somebody that is trying to flip a property that they paid too much for. They're stuck, and so that property's off the market, and/or they're trying to compete with people that have property that can afford to sell under market, which of course is what we're all looking for. And but I'm so happy for me and for the folks in my membership, mentorship. I'm passing buildings like this is a building I own right here. I don't even know if I want to try to show you. Anyhow, you can see right there. Anyways, it's that one right there. Should be seeing it right there. You know, that's been a wonderful asset. And oh, by the way, live webinar tonight, 7 p.m. I hope you can make it. Uh, you'll see me live here in about 2 hours. And any questions you got, any real estate questions, you can fire away. I got people that don't know, like, people that don't know how to drive. Anyways, uh, so in like hour and a half, I'll be live. Go to flipanythingusa.com/webinar. Fill that out right away, and you can get the link, or just email me at tom@flipanythingusa, and I'll text you, or in fact, just text me at 512-739-1881, 512-739-1881, and I'll text you the Zoom link to get in to the Zoom. Got a lot of great new people that have joined up in the last month. Every week I do them, we get some new people, and it's exciting. And great questions. I only let smart people in the group, and people are doing the right thing. Over 350 hours now of classes, and everything is full of great information. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. As I've been talking to you, I've probably passed $20 million worth of real estate that I personally purchased and owned by myself. And my kids are my partners. Um, but that's the kind of things that can happen. And so let's see, what are you saying, Paul? Let me see here. Paul, give me a second. I'm gonna pull over here in a minute, and I'll take any questions anybody has. But among those things that you should be doing right now is taking care of the assets that you do have. Cut your overhead. I mean, bust your ass at work if you have a job. Stay valuable to your employer, because believe me, when things get tight, when you're an employer, when you start looking at employees that aren't very productive, you just look at them as a little pile of cash walking around, and that's cash that you want. So very important that you keep yourself relevant and important at work. Uh, anyways, on the investing side, listen, I'm looking more a little bit at land right now. For no reason other than land is always a wonderful opportunity. Um, I think we'll see less building going on. And I mean, I'm in a place that's exploded. I mean, things have been fantastic. But when I see property values drop 20% in these different areas, uh, you know, it's it's done. There's a whole swath of people are taken out of the market now. So anyway, let's take a look at those questions now. Let's see. Barry, I've been a real estate investor for 90 years. Bought my first property when I was 11 years old. I made your first million. Congrats. Banks not lending. Let's say Thomas acting like he's going through. What are you saying? I can't even read the guy. Let's see. Thomas Anthony, he's going through withdrawals because he has nothing. It's true. Yeah, I'm not used to not having anything in escrow. But actually, to be honest, I'm getting my fix now because I'm just taking really good care of my tenants. I'm getting renewals. I'm getting one of the last most important renewals signed right now, and it's just nice. Leases are like stocks. You're making an investment as an agent, or I'm sorry, as a landlord. You're committing to a value that they'll pay for X amount of months, and on the other side of it, so is the agent. They're betting that that this is a good value, and they want to stay put for a while. I had some tough stuff. I got one of my tenants is stage 4 cancer, and moving out of their property, and that's tough. Yeah, stuff like that is always gives you good perspective. People definitely do have it tougher. Let's see, no inventory in Northern California. Paul says that's exactly what I'm doing, cutting overhead everywhere, getting rid of liabilities and keeping. Now, that's the smartest thing you can do, Paul. Uh, and because there's going to be great opportunities coming, and you're going to want to be as bankable as possible. So that means overhead low, work hard for your boss if you have a boss, still make money and bank as much as you can. And I'll show you guys something here. I'm finishing up the patio. If you guys have been following for very long, you'll know, or if you're in my class, you certainly know. I'll show you this real quick. It's finishing up quite nicely. So this is this was a lot of work, but it's looking really good. So this is patio, and it is done. Set the steps yesterday, color coded the front underneath. I still got to put a little radius on these, and lights going inside the crack there. There'll be LED lights glowing out of that before long. These grates, these are really cool. These are stainless steel grates that you see down here. These are 4x4 with a 16-inch hole. Those cost about $3,000 a piece new. And I found some, by the way, on Facebook that were about 400 miles away. And I got these for $500 a piece. So about 2,500 under market. And of course, that's the advantage of buying stuff under market, or buying stuff that's paid for. If it's completely paid for, somebody can sell it to you for 20 cents on the dollar, just like I bought those. But yeah, anyway, so listen, get into the class, get into the webinar tonight, 7 p.m. You can, like I say, you can text me at 512-739-1881. I'll text you back a link so you can get in, or just go to FlipAnythingUSA.com/webinar, and you'll automatically get sent the link as well. And Paul wrote, Tom, can you get those from China? No, dude, you couldn't even ship them from China for that much. Listen, I've shipped a lot of stuff from China and Taiwan, and believe me, and it's always amazing how cheap you can get stuff in China. But even listen, the stuff that they have, the replacement with these now, they look like it, but they're made out of plastic. This is cast iron. Yeah, no, I'm impressed with some of the cabinetry I've seen come out of, and I'm a cabinet maker, right? But I'm impressed with some of the stuff I've seen come out of China. Matt Bittner, good to see you in here, buddy. Tom, do you happen to know about when Williamson CAD releases the new? Yeah, right now. I'm seeing them right now. I'll be going back to court with them again soon. yeah, I'm already seeing them, and then the values have dropped on houses, and that's reflected in the new assessments. But but they need a dose of reality on some of the stuff their pricing is ridiculously out of whack. And but sometimes you just challenge it and you go to court or you go to arbitration, and that's what happens, unfortunately. Um, but so hey, again, FlipAnythingUSA.com. Get into the mentorship if you can. Get my book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Helps the channel. And they just putting in a new studio stuff. Stuff. My production has sucked here for a while, but it's going to be really good here pretty soon. And but in the webinar tonight, looking forward to seeing you guys. So get in. And again, like I said, you can text me or you can write me at tom@flipanythingusa.com, and I'll get you a link and we'll get you in, and you can see what you're missing. A lot of millionaires in my class. People, young men, 30, 40, 50-year-old people have made a million. Oh, multiple millions, some of them, in a very short time. And you know what? Even if you fall short and you make a couple $100,000, how bad is that? So we'll see y'all later, and looking forward to see you. Bye. Trying to say goodbye here.